Hi everyone, welcome back to Youth Korner Podcast Jeunesse. I'm Emma, your host, and today we are sitting down with Sabine Alary, who is a recent graduate of Laurentian Regional High School and who is now attending a pastry program in St. Adele, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, awesome. So thanks for coming on today.
Yeah.
We'll get started. Like I mentioned before we started rolling as well too, I had never heard of this program. I did not know that this actually existed in the Laurentians. So can I ask a little bit about what the program is, what it is that you're learning in there?
Basically everything you need to know about pastry, baking, decorating.
Okay.
It's an all-around program, really.
So when you say decorate, did you have to submit like almost like if somebody was applying to like photography school or something, did you have to submit a portfolio of your work?
No, you don't need a basis.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
You can really start from nothing.
That's wonderful. Yeah. That's really useful. I think that's a lot of people. I had been talking about our episode with a friend of mine recently too. And that's what they were saying. They were like, I'm so sure that there had to be like a portfolio or you had to have previous experience, but that's really cool. That opens a lot of doors for people. Yeah. So you are how long into the program now?
Oh. Since August.
Since August. Okay. Yeah. So you're a semester and a half in? Do they do the semester system there? No. It's not quite like that.
No.
How long is the program?
It's about a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's you're learning everything all at once.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about it? Is it a lot of work?
It is. It's less like school and more like working.
Okay.
You're doing stuff all the time. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. What's the most challenging thing you've had to do so far?
Probably time management.
Time management.
Because there's a certain amount of things you need to do in one class.
Right.
And if you don't get it done, you don't get to do it. So.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's really a one chance situation
Yep.
as well too. Oh boy. How many is it like? Are you all just one cohort or is there multiple different classes?
We're just one class and we do everything together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you find that makes it more stressful, less stressful?
Probably less. You get to know everyone quickly.
That's good, at least. And it's a good thing too, because it means that once you all finish it around the same time, so you kind of have built-in connections with it as well too, as you guys continue in your careers.
Yeah.
I'll definitely circle back to the program because I've got so many questions about that. But I know that just starting from base one, how did you get into baking? What was it that drove you towards that?
I've always liked cooking and baking.
Okay.
Baking more. But I was good, but I didn't have all the knowledge I needed to have a career in that. So this is my education.
This is your basis for it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started?
Oh my. I was making cookies when I was probably like 5.
Okay.
Christmas cookies.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Before you started this program, what was your favorite thing to make?
Cakes. It's always been cakes. Decorating.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen some of your work before too. I wish we had some pictures or something that I could show of your work because you've done some really gorgeous pieces before too. What was the hardest project that you've had to do?
I made a wedding cake and the theme was elfish, so I needed to write the bride and groom's names in elfish. That was challenging.
I think I did see that. Yeah. Wow, that is crazy. Was it like a tiered cake? Was it a single cake?
It was 3 tiers. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot. I imagine. So when you're doing projects like this as well too, especially even just outside of school, like if it's a commissioned project or just something you want to do on your own time, when you make a mistake in it, is it the kind of thing where the mistake has to build a few times before you scrap it and start over? Or is it more of it's not perfect on the first try, so we got to start from the base?
Well, usually if I mess something up, I try to fix it quickly.
Okay. What would qualify, especially when we're talking about baking and pastry work, what qualifies as a mistake?
Like in school right now, a mistake would be burning something.
I think that's a gift for sure. There's no coming back from that.
We don't really get like punished if we do something bad. We just learn how to not do it again.
Okay.
But
well, that's a good environment.
Things can collapse. Like cakes can like lean over and fall. That happens a lot.
Yeah. Well, especially if a cake if you're doing like a tiered cake, any kind of cake, but especially a tiered cake, and it's too dense, I can imagine that causes a lot of problems, especially if it has to be decorated.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What else other than cakes, like in school, other than cakes, what other sorts of things do you do?
So far we've done pies. Ooh. We've done some bakery, like, oh my god, like, I can't even, okay. Bakery things. We've done bread briefly. But it's not a bakery program, so we went briefly over it.
You touched on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just did cakes. We're doing some still. We've done everything, really. We're doing chocolate right now.
Ooh, okay. So I am very curious about that. So chocolate making is one of those things that everybody seems to think is really simple. And then everyone, that was the reaction I was wondering about. So everybody that has done it even remotely professionally has said it is not easy at all.
No.
What is it about chocolate making that makes it so tricky?
Actually, a lot of people don't know in my class because we just started it and sometimes it just goes wrong and the teacher doesn't even know why. Which is really confusing. But
it's a really volatile dessert.
Yeah. Like, it can be a degree off in the room, and everyone's chocolate goes badly. Like, it's really super fragile.
Oh, my gosh.
It's kind of annoying.
Do you guys work in, like, typically, like, a cooler environment for that reason, or is it...
We have a chocolate room attached to it, but we don't all fit in there. So we...
you gotta do it in rounds.
Yeah. But our class is like the coldest of all the classes compared to the kitchens and stuff.
That makes sense.
Because of that.
Yeah, that does make sense. So in terms of the education part of it itself, because you graduated last spring? Okay. So what was it? Why did you decide to go this route? What was it about pastry work that drew you in?
Well, I wanted to, like, refine more the technical skills, like the doing. Mm-hmm. So in CEGEP, it would have more been theory. I looked into it, and it was more like management of the thing. I really wanted to refine my skills of doing
like the hands-on work. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess I hadn't really considered that, too, is that I guess a lot of what you'd be learning on the CEGEP level is, like, technical and business management and theoretical work as well too, which is wonderful if that's what somebody's looking for, but like you said, you were really looking for the hands-on work as well. Very interesting. What was the application process like for this school?
Well, you just sent the application with the general information. There's no like auditioning or anything.
Okay, really?
It's really just how many people fit in the class, and then that's what it is.
Interesting. Okay. Do you know, I don't know the answer to this. Do you know what type of degree it is that you get when you come out of this school?
It's a DAP.
DAP,
so it's a Diplôme d'études professionnelles. So it's like a professional training.
Right. So it's the kind of thing like that's designed that you go right into the workforce afterwards.
You can, or you can pursue different things. Yeah.
Do you have an idea of what you want to do with that yet?
I don't really. Right now, I'm doing a lot of chocolate. I'm doing a competition in chocolate now.
Ooh,
in Montreal.
Really?
So I definitely won't be a chocolatier because it's not the easiest thing at all.
Even though you're good at it, it's not the realm that you want to go for. Okay.
But cakes, I would really like to have a business in that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What kind of, are you thinking more of like personalized stuff? Are you thinking more like general like cake bakery? What sort of business model are you thinking about at this point?
I could either do like the personalized cakes like for customers, but my dream is to have a bakery where I can bake all kinds of things and sell it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. That I think I'm starting to notice a return to that style of work amongst young people. I'm sure that it's everywhere. It's just I'm central to the Laurentians, so that's where I'm hearing most stuff. And I find that a lot of young people are wanting to go more into these more hands-on careers, because I think a lot of people, it feels more self-governed, or it feels more rewarding for a lot of people in that way too. So I think that that's awesome that you're doing that too, because that's not a very common path, especially out here, where it's either you go to cégep or you take a year off, or you do cégep and then you go to university. I think it's really, really cool whenever somebody goes into something that's none of the above of what I just listed. So we've talked about like the hardest thing that you've had to make. We've talked a little bit about the challenges of chocolate. What has been your favorite thing to make so far? Like in terms of whether it's the technical elements, whether it's the challenge of it, whether it's the end result that you saw. What has been your best project yet?
I think it was actually yesterday's. We made the wedding cake.
I saw the pictures of that too. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a very kind of like a traditional wedding cake too. Like
I went vintage with the swans.
You definitely got it as well too, with the swans, yes, but also with the
piping,
the cream piping as well. That was very classic. So I'm guessing that you guys also learn a certain amount in terms of piping techniques as well.
Yeah, I had a lot of experience, so everyone around was sort of asking, like, tell us how to do it. But definitely, well, we learned the basis, but, like, you really need to practice for the piping.
Yeah. What is it about piping that is so tricky for a lot of people?
I don't really know. Well, you need some agility, I guess, to get the right shapes. Like, on that cake, I challenged myself because I had the time, and I did drop lines.
Okay.
Like the lines where you just start and it falls onto the cake.
Right.
It's
so
really
it kind of like,
hard.
it's almost like loops around. Right. Okay.
So those break very easily, and they did. But I challenged myself, and I think I learned it now. So
right. Are you guys also learning how to do piping techniques with different kinds of cream? Does that have an effect on the piping techniques themselves?
Yeah, we do some cakes in buttercream.
Okay.
Which is a lot more airy, and it's harder to pipe in some forms. And then we do royal icing, which was on that cake. Okay. Because it was a fake cake, that one.
Okay. So what makes it a fake cake?
It's styrofoam. So the layers of styrofoam, we covered it in fondant and then royal icing around. Right. So it can stay like that forever, really.
So you bring up an interesting point here as well, too. This is like everyone I know who is in baking or is in, pastry, decorating, the whole field. There's so many contrasting opinions about fondant. How do you feel about fondant?
I don't like fondant.
You don't like fondant. Why not? What is it about fondant that kind of gives you the ick?
I've always picked it off the cake. I've never eaten it.
Okay, so like from a taste side, it's not good. Okay.
Yeah. But we work with it a lot because the program is more like traditional, like the base of baking. Okay. So there's a lot of fondant. Right. Covering the whole thing in fondant, but I wouldn't do it personally.
That's a lot of fondant. What exactly is fondant?
Well, you could make fondant with marshmallows.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. It has it smells and kind of tastes like marshmallow.
There's a homemade one. You can do marshmallows and powdered sugar. Oh, okay. But the one that we use in the buckets is really chemically. It's just sugar. Yeah, sugar and preservatives. It's sugar
treated in a certain way. Yeah, interesting. Everyone I've ever met that is in that field, either they love working with fondant because it's malleable, you can do a lot, you can work with it with your hands a lot, and then the other half of the people say it's the worst thing in the world.
But I work with it a lot, though. Okay. On my cakes and cupcakes that I do at my house, a lot of the decorations are in fondant because I do like working with it. Okay. You can make anything with it, but I just wouldn't cover a cake with it. Right. It's more the issue of having a huge piece of it. Yeah, that's especially if you're looking at it from the context of eating it as well too. Is that's a huge mouthful of marshmallow adjacent. Well, okay, that's very interesting as well. What kind of shaping do you guys do when it comes to fondant as well? Do you guys learn how to shape it? Do you learn how to make
like, I don't know, figures or shapes or things like that?
Yeah, we learned to sculpt things.
Okay.
Like today we were making nougatine baskets.
Ooh.
Another hard thing to do. But we were making fruits to put in the basket.
Right.
So we learned the shapes of the fruits and how to airbrush them to make them look realistic.
Okay.
So
Very
and
cool.
you can also roll it out, cut out different things. So we learned all that.
Interesting. So before you went into this program, before you even necessarily knew that this program existed, when you were learning, you know, as a kid and as a teenager as well, about pastry making and about decorating, what resources would you use to practice or to learn a new technique?
I guess just online things.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
YouTube. Earlier it was YouTube and like the channels of cakes. I used to watch that. TikTok.
Yeah.
More
true.
recently, when I scroll, I see things. I'm like, wow.
You gotta save that for later.
Yeah. So yeah.
Good. So that I think that's such an important resource for people going into this kind of field to have as well too. Whether you're looking at it from the baking side of things, of how to actually make the cake that tastes good and is whatever consistency you want it to be, but then also in terms of decorating, I think there's so many tricks and tips that people learn and adapt on their own.
Yeah. It's really helpful. I've learned so many things from watching people.
Yeah.
And now when I do things, it works super easily because I combine all of them together.
Yeah. So you're in the process of developing your own style for it at this point too. Yeah. That's is it something that you would ever consider teaching?
Maybe later on.
Yeah.
The chefs mostly, they've had careers in baking and now later in their careers they're doing teaching.
Okay.
So I would do something before and maybe.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Is this the kind of thing where you can go on to do an apprenticeship later on, or like what kind of jobs would you be are available to somebody in this program as soon as they graduate?
So the program includes a 3-week stage.
Okay.
In an enterprise. So you could potentially get a job there long term if you wanted to. And if you have that program, it's like they know that you know how to do things, so it's easier to get hired, obviously.
Yeah. Because you have that basis already. I guess that can't necessarily be said for every post-secondary program that somebody could go into, is that I think a lot of, especially the ones that are much more theory-based as well, you have to go through a lot, and sometimes employers have to take a chance on you too, because they don't necessarily know what exactly it is that you can do yet, and you kind of have to prove yourself, whereas in a case like this, you've done that work beforehand too, and so when you do get hired, they know what you're coming from.
Yeah, and there's exams you need to pass, so if you get the diploma, you need to have passed all the exams. So
what format do the exams take?
So half the class, we're about 16 people now.
Okay.
And half the class comes in one day. We do the exam. It's really making something.
Okay, so it's like a practical exam.
Yeah. It's like usually like 3 products you need to make in a certain time. And then you present it to the chef and they judge you.
Okay.
It's very scary.
Yeah. Is it like a panel of chefs or is it just one person?
It's just the chef that's teaching the competency. And they evaluate everything you've learned.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay, interesting. So it's not like a Dragon's Den situation where you have to bring your cake out into a room and there's 3 people sitting there. That would be awful.
No, but I'm doing that soon.
Oh, are
Next
you?
month,
That's true.
The chocolate, there will be a panel of judges.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So what exactly is this competition?
It's a dipped chocolate competition. It's a Salon du Chocolat. Okay. It's like a chocolate... everything. There's everything. They make dresses out of chocolate.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
This is just a small portion. It's a competition. There's 10 people.
Okay.
And basically it's flavored everything, really. We create our own pâton, it's called.
Yeah.
And then we cut it and dip it, and there's a lot of skill.
I bet. I bet.
It's very thorough. Yeah.
Did you have experience in chocolate making before going into this program, and this is really the first time?
No, we started it like less than a month ago, and now, yeah.
And when is the competition? Next month?
March 20th.
Okay. Yeah. So about a little less than a month away now. Mm-hmm. Do you have to do any prep work beforehand, or you really do everything on site?
I just came back from prep work. So after school, we've been staying 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Just dipping and making sure we're good. So.
Okay, so when you're saying dipping as well too, what kind of, explain that to me. What is the dipping process?
Well, first you make the actual what's inside the candy, and then you have to cut it up, and then you temper the chocolate.
Okay.
Because you can't just dip it in chocolate. It needs the crunchiness.
Yes.
So the tempering's very thorough also. And then you dip it, and then you do your decor on top.
Okay. What kind of decor can you do on something like that?
You could pipe chocolate onto plastic, I don't really know what they're called, plastic sheets.
Like film or something like that?
And then you refrigerate them, and you can take them up, and then you just glue them on.
Okay.
I'm doing, for mine, a ring of chocolate, and then a piece of something on it.
Ooh.
It's very fancy.
Very fancy. Yeah. I love that. So, Sabina, we're going to wrap up pretty soon. Mm-hmm. One of the last questions I have for you is, if you were approached by somebody a little bit younger than you who wanted to go into this program, or maybe they don't know about this program, maybe they just don't really know what they want to do later on, but they know that they enjoy food, they enjoy making desserts, what advice would you give them? I
would say to do it.
Just do it?
Yeah, because you don't really need to, it's a year, you know everything. And you don't need to do the career in that. You could totally change your mind after.
Yeah.
And then you have that for life.
That's true.
You could always fall back on it as well. So, yeah.
That's very interesting. That's very cool. Well, Sabine, I'm so glad that you took the time to come and be on today. Like I said, this is not a field that I think a lot of people know about. Mm-hmm. I didn't know very much about it beforehand as well. So it's really awesome to get to talk to somebody who has gone into an educational program that is outside of the CEGEP and university system as well. And especially with the experience you already have and with the dreams that you have for a professional career later on. I'm very excited to see where your work goes later on.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions about pastry school, if you have any questions about getting into it, the application process, what comes next, please leave a comment, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.